What's up? 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 I'm Isis Princess Next. I want to tell you a few things that I learned after my kittens came from the spay and neuter operation. I have a boy and a girl. I said had. I'll get to the point in a minute. I'm definitely gonna need some prayer. So the spay and neuter process, it was very scary because I never had animals before and I did not know what to do, but I knew I was gonna have to keep them separated for 14 days each. I wound up getting my girl spay and neutered. Forgive me, I don't know which one it is spay or the neuter. I didn't do the research, but I did the research, hands on. So I took her to the animal place, to veterinarian place to do this. I took her there. She was nervous. She doesn't really like to ride in the car, but my boy does. My boy cat likes to ride in the car. So I took her, dropped her off. It was very nerve-wracking for me because I knew that they were going to cut open my cat. And when I picked her up, they said, okay, she might be, a little out of it just a little bit. That was an understatement. She was so out of it, she was like drunk, okay? She was just turn around constantly in her carrier. I had them put a warm towel inside of it because I like warm things at being a woman that time of the month. And I figured that might be that's what we're bypassing by getting this operation, but at the same time, she's gonna be cut open. She may have bled, I don't know. Picked her up, she didn't have any blood on her, but she was spinning around in the carrier. She actually used the bathroom on herself, number two. She went number two on herself. I brought her in the house, and at the time I had two tents one for her, one for her brother. And I wanted to treat them fairly because I never had animals before, and I didn't know if they would notice that I was like giving one special treatment or not. And she was just going so crazy in her tent that she put her tail inside of her water, then in her litter box. At the time I was using a clump litter. You're not supposed to use clumping litter when you have kittens, by the way. You're not. Unless it's like lightweight. It literally says lightweight clumping litter. I had to learn that too. But at the time I had regular clumping litter, and her tail got in it. She got litter on her and food on her, but I didn't know what was going on, and I was already stressed out from that morning. So she's turning around and I'm like, dang, she must be high off of that anesthesia. And her brother was tripping too. He was just meowing like, what's the matter with my sister? Because he really loves his sister. And I'm like, she just had an operation, but they were meowing at the top of their lungs. I just went in my room and went to sleep because I knew that I couldn't wash her and that was going to bug me. So I just let it happen because I knew she could not be out of her tent, especially because she just used the bathroom on herself and I could not control her because of the anesthesia. Just let her be in there because it would be safer for her. Then the next day I woke up, I was driving somewhere, and then I talked to the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit talks to me. God talks to me when I'm able to listen and be like, oh God, that's you. So I never had animals before. This is important. That's why I'm repeating it. The Lord let me know that they were crying. That's why it lasted so long. Meow, meow, meow. So they both were crying because she was crying because she couldn't control her body, and he was crying because he never seen her out of control. By the way, my girl cat is an alpha cat. Didn't know that either. So then from a boy, the tent. I got twins, right? When I let him out and I go in the bathroom, he was scratching a hole in her tent. I didn't even know. So then finally one day, the hole got big enough for me to see. I was like, damn, she scratched a hole in her tent. So I would keep him put in his tent, then let her out sometime, then take him out. So one day she just moseyed on out of that hole, and I was like, it's a wrap for that. So I had to get crates, metal crates for them to separate them. Kept them separated. That was a very hard thing because my girl, she was feeling like I was being mean to her, keeping her captive. And I understand. I've been there. And I was trying to explain to her that that wasn't the case, but her brother was really chill with it. He would stay in there. He would let her stay out for longer than usual, and he just was really chill. But she had to be out often. And okay, so then fast forward. One day he jumped in her tent before I knew to take her out of that and get a new thing. He jumped in her tent and they wrestled, because he likes to like wrestle with her and she wrestles, and they have 4 paws, so they like grab each other around the stomach and stuff. And I think that that might have been something that happened, that she might have been hurt, because my whole point of this video is 1, to warn you guys, and 2, to let you know your animals may change a little bit, but if you catch it early and you treat them good, then you'll save y'all's relationship. And moving forward, I found out that cats are a lot like people. Okay, so my girl, she started moving different. She did not like when I picked her up. I was not used to that. Excuse me. Fast forward to my boy. The 14 days went by. I waited for 20 days. And then I let them play together for about 3 days, because it was time for my boy cat's operation. So he comes home. He's fine. He's happy to see me. He was definitely nervous. It was like he was happy that I picked him up. And I got him home. He wasn't drunk off of anesthesia. He was very playful. And he and she were playing and wrestling all over the place. And I was just blown away by how different they acted. And turns out they say that the boy has just a little incision. And I can see his stitches. They shave your cat's stomach, by the way. Yeah, he was running, jumping all over everything, and it was difficult for me to understand, to keep him separated like I kept her separated, except for the knowledge of what the doctor said to keep them separated. And then number 2, I wanted to treat him with care like I did the sister. That was kind of difficult, because he seemed like nothing was wrong with him. What else? I did let them play sometimes, and so I kept him separated for 14 days, but I did let him play because he was really active. But I could see in the long term, it seemed like he had to heal a little bit longer. And it's been about 3 months since his operation, and he started getting faster running around the house. But that's the thing that I noticed differently about my boy. He didn't move as fast as he did before his operation, like with the running and the jumping and the boning out. And the girl, she changed, because for one, she didn't like to get picked up anymore, and she became a lot more aggressive. It's like she realized that something was taken from her. I kid you not. I kid you not. She would sit with her back to us, and my male cat, and it's like she didn't want me to talk about what happened to her. I could tell that she knew, and it hurt my heart, because nobody tells a cat, owners that, hey, your cat might change a little bit. She might realize, or your boy might. Anyway, so I talked to another neighbor who has a litter. I wound up getting a cat from her later on, then I had to give it back. She said that her girl cat changed as well when she came home, and she thought that it's because of the operation. Personally, these cats getting these operations, it's just like they're getting cut open with a knife, So 14 days, it seems like a little bit of time to heal. However, I did the girl for 20, the boy for 14. What else I want to tell you? It's important to set up things in place for your animals to correct them. Spray bottle with water is 100% necessary. I didn't believe that at first. And then you could make a can that has like pennies in it and shake it really loud, or bang something really loud. But what you don't ever want to do is push your cat or hit your cat. Okay, because they are sensitive, and not only that, some cats don't forget. Like my girl didn't forget nothing. And I didn't realize that she was an alpha because I never had animals before. So she would, and she changed. It's like she grew up. She was still a kitten, meaning like did a lot of silly things, but her mentality changed to where she wanted to sleep by herself. She wanted to sit up really, really high. She often did not sleep with us anymore, and so she would sit away from us. She started waking up extremely early. She was never like a sleepy cat. My boys, he sleeps, he likes blankets, she likes pillows, she doesn't like blankets, type of thing. She started waking up really early. She started being super aggressive with me, like to wake me up she'll scrape her arm, her nail down my arm and stuff. So what I realized is I was supposed to have a whole bunch of spray bottles set up, the noise makers set up. I was supposed to continue to communicate the way that I do, and what is it? Not pick her up. Listen to her changes. I didn't know that, and she was triggering me because I didn't come from like a super happy home. I always wanted one. And her waking me up in the morning, I had depression and anxiety. Sometimes I would just get to sleep and she'd wake me up. You know what she wanted? She wanted her food out early. If her brother's bowl was empty or kind of low, she wanted me to get up and just fill it up. So my tip is to pay attention to your girl cat, pay attention to your boy cat. If she does change a little bit, those are permanent changes. So pay attention to them, so that way you can keep your kitten a kitten, and just love on your animal so you don't have to split them up. Also, if you have two cats that are cats together, they came together, do not split them up. There's always a way. You can put the cat in a crate and talk to the cat. Set up yourself with the spray bottles and the little ching 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 to make a lot of noise. Also get a lot of treats because they learn from positive reinforcements. So here's my boy right here. He's asleep. Hi, Passionate. But I made the mistake of giving up my girl cat. I've been praying and praying and praying that she'll come back. I was able to contact the person that adopted her. I gave them up on Friday together because I thought they'd be together. Saturday I went and got my boy because I called that night, couldn't sleep, called the next day. They said they were separated. So I went and got him because I knew he couldn't survive without me or his sister. And that Saturday, I thought, and I'm like, oh my God, my cat matured after her operation. And she doesn't like to get picked up, and she likes her food out early. And so then Sunday, I'm on my way to church, and I called, and they said she had been adopted on Sunday. And then I've been looking for her ever since. I found the lady, but I don't know if she's gonna give me my animal back. But I explained everything to her. So my cat is very sweet. My kittens are sweet. I got them from a person named Angel, literally. And they took my kittens from their mom, and somebody else nursed them and then gave them to me. Stuff I wish I would have known. Bye guys, I love you. Keep me in prayer. You never know what could happen. It's only been a month and about 10 days.